Oh, we do like to be beside the seaside, especially when the sun is out, and the good news is that it's starting to peek through here in Blackpool. It's an incredibly important game for the Thunder this afternoon. I'm joined by Scott Reed from our commentary team. Nice to have you with us today, Scott. Just put it into some sort of context in just how important this game is going to be today.
Well, I mean, if you add in the flavour of the fact that it's a bit of a battle between the two sides from across the Pennines, then I think it just adds that extra bit of spice, doesn't it, to this game. But Thunder know what they need to do. That's the biggest aspect of it is that they have to win. You can almost leave kind of bonus points to the side being at the minute. They've got to find a way to win the match. If they can do that well, win emphatically, then that might just be enough to sneak into those final days. Let's
see what happens. We'll get the view from the captains, though, in just a moment, because the toss is about to happen. Thanks very much for the moment, Scott. Ellie Strelkeld is out there. The toss is about to happen, so off we go. A little bit of a green tinge to this wicket, which is interesting, but I'm told that apparently it is a very good batting surface, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Ellie, go ahead when you're ready to toss the coin. And we'll see who bats and who bowls. So here we are. That's their heads. So it looks like Yorkshire have won the toss by the looks of things and decided to have a bat. So let's we'll just get the captains together for a quick photograph before. well, this is not a sign of the rivalry that we expect to see between these two sides later on in this game. But we'll see how it goes. They're just getting a quick photo before we get going, but it looks as though Yorkshire have decided they're going to bat. Let's have a quick word there, Ellie. It looks by the sound of things there that you lost the toss there, did you?
Yeah, lost the toss, and yeah, we're going to have a bowl.
You're going to have a bowl. So what do you make of this surface? Because it looks like it's got a little bit of a green tinge to it, but I'm told it's a pretty good batting wicket.
Yeah, definitely. This is the same pitch we were on the other day, and yeah, it was a belter, so I don't think it'll have changed too much, so yeah, I'm pretty happy.
The equation is simple, isn't it? You've got to win here, and ideally you've got to win well this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. We've spoke a lot about not getting too far ahead of ourselves and just doing the first half really well today, and then see where we're at the innings break. How
is the feeling amongst the players, given the fact that you've got destiny effectively in your hands to a degree?
Yeah, it's brilliant. There's a great buzz around the group. I think I'm actually really proud of the girls, the way they've turned the comp around. I think losing the first two and then to be in this position today, yeah, it's brilliant. So yeah, there's a great feel around the group, and we've got a bit of momentum now, so hopefully that'll help us out today.
And any changes to your side?
Yes, so we've lost Emma Lamb and Kate Cross to England duty, and Seren Smale comes in and Sophie Morris comes in.
Go well today, good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you. I'll say that from me. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. So, yes, as you can imagine, a huge amount at stake here at Blackpool. We hope you'll be joining us throughout the day. We'll be keeping you up to date with everything that is going on. But as I say, it is a massively important game as far as the Charlotte Edwards Cup is concerned. If Lancashire win today and they keep things going to a real good degree, there's a very good chance that they may qualify for finals day. So, as you can say, a big day for big players. I managed to speak to one of them a little bit earlier on, Fee Morris. She told me exactly how the team are feeling ahead of this huge game. Fee, very good morning. Great to see you. A big day for the team, isn't it? How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm really excited. A little bit nervous, obviously, but just excited, I suppose, to anything. It's my first Red Roses clash. And as a born and bred Lancashire, obviously, yeah, just really excited to get going.
Yeah, how much of a little extra spice does that add to the game this afternoon, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I've obviously never played in one before, but I've heard all about it. Obviously, know the rivalry well, so yeah, definitely a little bit of extra spice, as if we didn't already need it today.
Now, if you'd have been offered this possibility, having played a couple of games in this competition, and obviously things hadn't gone according to plan, I guess you would have been happy to take that, would you?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, we said we set out our stall at the beginning of the summer that we wanted to make a finals day, and obviously we didn't have the ideal start and probably weren't playing our best, but the way we played in the last few games, and especially the last game at here, it's exactly how we want to play. So yeah, we would have jumped at the opportunity.
What is it that's changed? Because I think in the early stages it was fairly clear that you were probably putting performances together on one side, maybe with bat or maybe with ball, but you've now been able to put them both together at the same time. So what is it that's changed, do you think?
To be honest, not a lot. We knew that, like you said, we were doing one thing really well and we didn't want to change too much. I think it's just one of those things that we've got a really young side, we've got a few new players in, and we were just taking a little bit of time to gel. But last game's the best I've seen us play, with probably both bat and ball, against a really good Stars side. So hopefully we can just do the same today.
As you say, some young players in the team, but some more experienced players like yourself in there as well. How important is it going to be for you guys to have some steady heads out there today?
Yeah, definitely. I think they've got a pretty experienced team with the likes of Lauren Winfield-Hill playing, Holly Armitage, but yeah, I think me and Naomi Datani are two players coming in with a bit more experience and just offer a slightly different take on the game as well. So a bit of pressure on us today, but hopefully we can deliver.
How pleased have you been with the way the side has developed overall over the course of this Charlotte Edwards Cup?
Yeah, massively. I think having young players like Liberty Heap at the top of the order, she's only 19 and she's opening the baton against some really good players, some really good bowlers, and the way she's developed her game, and we just want her to go out there and play without fear. And I think that's the joy, that's the beauty of being such a young player, that you can do that. So it's lovely to have a mixture of kind of experience and youth at the top.
Now, as far as your preparation is concerned for this game, we've just been having a chat and you just revealed to me that you had crumpets with bovril on top for breakfast. I mean, what on earth is that all about? Come on.
I'm saying it's a game changer, I'm telling you. I was pretty much
Seriously?
I was brought up on it. I've been telling all the girls about it and they all think I'm mad, but the ones that have tried it, they'll never go back.
Seriously, you're telling me I should go and try this now?
Honestly,
Bovril on
next time
top
I
of
see
crumpets.
you,
I've never heard of anything more ridiculous in my life. But hopefully it stands you in good stead, because you know what you've got to do today. You've got to win. Ideally, you've got to win well, and fingers crossed that's it all sorted out for you.
Definitely, as simple as that. We're going for the win, 100%.
And what would it mean to you to be going to finals day?
It'd be my first one in any of the regional competitions, and it would just be massive. And to do it with this team, it's a really special group of players. I love playing with them, and I'd love winning with them even more. So a finals day would just be really special.
Fingers crossed for you, Fee. Thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you.
So, as you've heard, the toss has been won by the visitors, the Northern Diamonds, this afternoon, and they have decided that they are going to have a bat. So the team sheets are written and are in. Here how the two sides line up this afternoon. First of all, starting with our visitors, the Northern Diamonds. Number 1, Lauren Winfield-Hill. Number 2, Leah Dobson. Number 57, Holly Armitage. 22, Stella Carlis. 25, Beth Heath. 94, Chloe Tryon. Number 70, KJG Fraser. Number 2, Lizzie Scott. Number 23, Katie Levick. Number 12, Grace Hall. And number 42, Beth Langston. And your Thunder squad, your Thunder side this afternoon is 39, Liberty Heap. 5, Deandra Dottin. 31, Fee Morris. 21, the captain, Ellie Threlkeld. 11, Naomi Datani. Number 30, Danielle Collins. 19, Sophie Eccleston. 23, Tara Norris. 18, Mahika Gore. Number 4, Olivia Bell. And 47, Saren Smale. Well, as I said, it is a big day and it's going to need some big personalities and some cool heads. One of them, fingers crossed, will be Deandra Dottin. I spoke to her just a little bit earlier. Deandra, great to see you. First of all, thanks for speaking to us. How are you feeling ahead of what is a very, very important game for the Thunder?
I'm feeling really good. I'm always up for the challenge. I think today is going to be a very competitive game. We just need to go out there and put our best foot forward and do the basics right and do them for a long period of time.
How does it feel knowing that destiny is effectively in your own hands? You know exactly what you have to do here.
It feels really good to know that you have an advantage in knowing where you need to be or what you need to do in order to win the game. But I don't think we should dwell on that too much. We should just dwell on winning the game and just doing things that we need to do at the moment in the game.
Does that affect the approach to this game?
I don't think it does. I think that no matter what the situation is, we should always have the same approach that we are going to have in any game.
As far as this group is concerned, what have you made of how the team has developed over the course of this competition?
To be honest, this is my second year here for Lancs, and I think the girls have improved a huge amount in that big margin of a space of probably 9 months to a year. I think they're a lovely bunch of girls. They actually make me feel comfortable at home.
I was just talking to Fee Morris and she was saying that she feels like this is a special group of girls. Do you get that feeling?
Yeah, I do get that feeling. We have a whole heap of talent in here as well as really good personalities.
For you personally, how much are you enjoying life at Lancashire?
I'm actually enjoying life at Lancashire really good, and also making me feel really comfortable in my retirement.
Have you got used to the weather as well?
Of course, I have. I don't mind the cold, but I definitely mind it when I'm playing cricket.
Yeah, we definitely want a bit of sunshine later on
Yes,
today,
please.
don't we? And for you, playing a part in this team, huge experience, obviously. How important is the experience of some of the players going to be today, do you think?
It's going to be very important. I mean, like they say, this being here also gives me the opportunity to continue playing more cricket in terms of 50 over and T20. But also at my age and at my stage in my career, I also learn a lot from these youngsters. You know, they also look up to me as well, and I try to give my best advice where it's possible.
Is it going to be a day for cool heads today?
Of course it will be, and to have fun.
We wish you the very best of luck, Deandra. Thanks for speaking to us.
Thank
Yeah, it's really special. I've never had that as a player, never had our own changing room and my own locker, and walking in and seeing pictures of us on the walls and our values that we've come up together with as a team.
In that change room is a great example of why we started playing cricket and all the pictures of us from when we were younger, and it makes us feel like we're more at home with that change room.
Got Send It written on all our walkouts back, so just sort of reminds us to kind of play without fear.
To have our own change room and our own home dressing team space is brilliant. It makes us feel like this is our home as well, alongside the men. So yeah, I think little touches really go a long way, and it really builds that togetherness with the team.
Cute guys. Oh, it's on the floor. Thunder. Big thunder. Nice red. Maybe that was the little girl who fell in love with the game and never looks back. Oh, that's cute. That is cute. Play for her. Oh, Liberty. Thanks, you're
I love it. Obviously, I helped design it. Took a while, quite stressful at times, but the fact it's done now, we've got our own space, we've got our faces in the change room. It's really exciting. We get to be there. It inspires us.
Oh, looks great, isn't it? Send it. Send it. There's more.
Welcome back to Blackpool. We're about to get the game underway. In fact, the umpires are with me. Husband and wife team, would you believe, ladies and gents? Off you go, guys. Very good luck in the middle there. Naeem Ashraf and Jasmine Naeem. So be interesting to see what their chats are like over the breakfast table in the mornings. But we're about to get the teams on as well. So the Lancashire Lightning and also the Northern Diamonds are ready to go as well. It's a hugely important game here this afternoon. Of course, Lancashire Lightning know exactly what they have to do. They have to win, and they have to win well. Here they go, the Lancashire Lightning on their way to the pitch. They lost the toss and they are fielding as a result of that, but they have to try and make sure that they keep the Northern Diamonds total down as much as they possibly can in order to stand a chance of winning this game and stand a chance of going through to Charlotte Edwards Cup Finals Day, which is coming up very, very soon. So the Lancashire Lightning on their way to the middle, and let's hand over to your commentary team and join Scott Reed.
Cheers, Fraser. Yeah, welcome along. Looking forward to this double header here on Lancs TV, and listeners on the BBC Sport website and app join us as well for this this T20 double header. It's a must-win. See, you can almost say it's a must-win for both sides. But we'll get on to the second game later. At the minute, it is Thunder that takes our attention. and this fixture has an extra little bit of flavour to it because there's a sense of kind of Rose's rivalry as well. Northern Diamonds, of course, based at Headingley, so there's that aspect of the kind of Rose's little bit of element to it, which is always great. But in terms of what is required, it can get a bit complicated, this. We will do our best to explain the permutations, and there's lots of them, in terms of how Thunder can progress. But first things first, I guess they have to win. I'm delighted I'm not on my own. You may have just seen there on the pictures on the live stream. You were here, Paige, good morning to you. You were here on Saturday, no, Sunday. I'm losing track of the days.
No, good morning. Yeah, so I was here on Sunday for the Thunder game that we had. Then when Thunder won by 16 runs against South East Stars, that was a big game for them, because then it's put them in this position now where they can kind of try and fight for this last final spot, but it's very difficult to work out. Yeah, well, it is. We won't kind of bamboozle you with too many numbers because I get very confused. Paige, I'm easily confused. And it's too early in the morning for me to be confused. But there is mathematical permutations at stake. But Paige has got local knowledge. You're a Blackpool girl, aren't you? So we're looking for you for local knowledge here as to how this game might well pan out. What we can tell you, as Fraser mentioned before, for those on Lancs TV, that Thunder are going to bowl first. And here we go with a slip in place. Just angling the way into by Gore, and it's pushed up towards mid-on, and there is no run. What we do know is that basically a win. That's the main priority for Thunder. Is if they win the match, they give themselves a chance of reaching Saturday's final. That might be the easiest way just to say it, you know? Yeah, I think a big win would definitely kind of increase their chances of getting through. Yes, if they win with 5 points, as Mahika Gore bowls, and that just again comes back in towards Lauren Winfield Hill. It's defended up towards mid-off and there's no run. If they win and get 5 points, the mathematical experts behind us tell us that will be enough, that Thunder will qualify. So a win with a bonus point will get them through to the knockout stage. But then there's all sorts of different other permutations that could see them either qualify or miss out. Mahika Gore bowls again, bit of width this time, driven nicely. Up and over mid-on. One bounce and down towards the boundary. And the first runs for Lauren Winfield Hill gets the Northern Diamonds up and running in this fixture here at Stanley Park in Blackpool. Good looking shot, clearing the infield for 4 runs. Well, as we saw on Sunday, you know, it was Thunder got off to a good start after they chose to bat first. So Lauren Winfield Hill is just kind of continuing that trend that we've seen thus far and going down the ground. Yeah, pretty safe shot, I guess, with mid-off and mid-on inside the ring. 4 runs for the Diamonds. Gets them up and running. So, of course, we're inside the power play. So, Mahika Gore bowling with fielding restrictions. 2 fielders allowed outside the circle. Flicked away to mid-wicket this time. Detani fields, and there is no run. It's got a deep square leg and deep third. And the 2 fielders outside the 30-metre circle. There's Ellie Threlkeld, the skipper of the Thunder. And Mahika Gore, young fast bowler, who is making a bit of a name for herself at the start of her career. Slip's gone. Swatted out through the onside. Again, it clears the infield. It's going to race its way out towards the Players' Pavilion here at Stanley Park. Another boundary in the first over of the match. Winfield Hill moves on to 8, as indeed the Northern Diamonds. 8 without loss. Positive start from Winfield Hill, but she's a fine batter, an experienced player, Paige, and she want to make the most of this power play. Yeah, well, she's been striking at 122 in this Charlotte Edwards Cup thus far. Waits for Mahika Gore, bowls, fuller ball, which is driven up towards mid-off. And there is no run. Yeah, just shy of 160 runs in this year's competition for Lauren Winfield Hill. I say that strike rate is the intriguing one, isn't it?
122 strike rate in the competition so far. This opening pair for the Diamonds, with Dobson at the other end. Again, strike rate of 122. So it's a powerful opening pair, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and they're both averaging, well, Lee Dobson's averaging 22, Ron Winfield Hill's 26, but Winfield Hill has a higher score this year of 98, so they're clearly enjoying batting together.
So early breakthroughs for the Thunder could be important with that in mind. Let's see. Thompson on strike for the first time. Winfield Hill having faced all 6 of those opening deliveries. It's just glanced away off the pads out towards mid-wicket. Second over of the match. And jog back for 2. And the score moves on to 10 without loss. So in the second over, it's a beautiful day. Forecast is clear as well, which is great. I'm not having issues with the weather, I don't think, today.
It started off quite a bit overcast this morning, but suddenly, you know, the clouds have started opening up and the sun's shining.
Let's hope it continues. Down the leg side, this delivery and taken by Ellie Threlkeld, signalled as a wide by the umpire. Score moves on to 11 without loss. It was a bit overcast and chilly this morning, but it has warmed up nicely. Type of day, I think, where you need to bring your jumper and your sun cream.
Yeah.
You might need a bit of both through the course of the day. Norris bowling left arm over the wicket and thumped up towards mid-on. And there is no run, so 12 without loss in the second over of this fixture. And Paige, it's brilliant how Thunder have managed to find a bit of momentum in this group stage.
Yeah, obviously they didn't start off too greatly. Obviously started off with, you know, 2 losses, and then they came back against Sunrisers, got the first win of the comp, and then won again against Sparks.
Dobson waits, drives up towards mid-on and caught. Dobson departs and Thunder strike inside the power play. Caught at mid-on. Success for the Thunder. And plenty of celebrations amongst the players. Nice looking catch of the bowling of Tara Norris.
Well, Norris had a good day out on Sunday, taking 2 for 2 from just 1.2 overs, so she's just continuing that form. Clearly enjoys it here at Blackpool.
Olivia Bell with a catch. Not a bad take that, neither was it, just moving away to her right-hand side. Combined with a little bit of pressure on Olivia Bell, because it's an early chance inside the power play, but she made no mistake. Success for Tara Norris. Diamonds 11 for 1. Just the start that Ellie Threlkeld would have been hoping for. So you were here at the weekend watching Thunder. Just kind of give us a little insight as to what that game was like and how well Thunder played to win the match.
Yeah, well, it was, both innings were actually really quite similar. Obviously, Thunder chose to bat. They got off to a good start with Liberty Heap and Emma Lamb. Emma Lamb played a brilliant innings. And then suddenly they lost quite a few quick wickets, and that really kind of stumped them kind of momentum and their kind of high, run rate. And then a partnership between Fee Morris and Naomi Tani really got Thunder up to a good total.
11 for 1. We're in the second over. Holly Armitage is the new batter.
And then for South East Stars innings, Bryony Smith got them off to a wonderful start, kind of chasing, but they had a very similar kind of wobble. They lost kind of 3 quick wickets, and then they were never able to recover quite like how Thunder did. And they couldn't kind of build that partnership to then kind of get them close to the total, and Thunder just got it home.
Armitage just going back and defending this time, back down to Norris, and there's no run. And a bit of pressure on the game, because it was effectively for Thunder and kind of must win that, wasn't it, really? There's no margin for error for them.
Well, no, obviously it's been able to put them in the position where today that they're fighting for those kind of final day spots, because if they'd have lost on Sunday, then they've had no kind of chance of kind of pushing through, and obviously there were results that kind of went in their favour as well around them.
It's driven and caught. Second wicket in the over for Tara Norris. Armitage goes for naught. Perfect start this for Thunder. Jubilant celebrations. Great catch by Datani, backward point. So it's Deandra Dottin actually, backward point. And what a great start inside the first couple of overs, Paige.
Yeah, that's a brilliant start. Obviously, Tara Norris has come in, taken 2 quick wickets and got some really good players who are in good form out. For Holly Armitage, she's been averaging 36, striking at over 130, so that's a huge wicket.
Yeah, leading run scorer by the Diamonds by some distance, 216 runs coming into the competition with a couple of 50s for Holly Armitage. Deandra Dottin with the catch. Such a safe pair of hands, isn't she, Deandra Dottin? She barely puts the chance down.
She's fantastic in the field, and especially with Holly Armitage, she's the leading run scorer in the competition until, obviously things will change today, but coming into this game with her 216 runs in 6 innings.
Well, the perfect start for Thunder. And what a great opening over that was from Tara Norris. 2 wickets in the over. 2 of the top 3 gone. Mahika Gore sends down her second over. That's hit firmly back over her head, bouncing its way down towards the boundary. Datani does well to catch up with it. And they shuffle back for 2. So the ideal start for the Thunder inside this opening power play. Terrific opening over for Tara Norris. There's Mahika Gore again, swinging back in towards Winfield Hill. Looks it off the pads. And they'll cross for 2. Throw comes in towards the keeper, Ellie Threlkeld. Winfield Hill moves on to 12, 15 for 2. And now, Paige, so much, you would think, rests on the shoulders of Lauren Winfield Hill.
Well, yeah, she's now, obviously, she's faced a few more balls and she's already got some boundaries, so it's up to her now to kind of steady this.
Mahika Gore bowls left arm over. It's a gorgeous shot. Driven down the ground, but Datani stood there at long on. And Winfield Hill goes. It's the dream start, this, for Thunder. The Diamonds are 3 down in the 3rd over of the match. Mahika Gore picks up her first wicket. It's a handsome-looking shot by Winfield Hill, but straight down the throat of long on. And things go from strength to strength for Thunder, Paige.
They do indeed. Yeah, this is a game where they need to win and win big for both sides. So to lose 3 quick wickets in the power play and lose some big wickets as well, that's really putting Diamonds on the back foot here. Thunder, everyone's legs are pumping. There'll be kind of increased energy in the team.
And the pressure right on the Northern Diamonds, who actually have come into this fixture. Already they've had 3 chances to secure their place, haven't they, in Saturday's finals. And they've squandered those 2 previous chances, and now they're 15 for 3 in the 3rd against their kind of rivals from across the Pennines. There's all sorts of pressure on the Northern Diamonds now.
Well, yeah, obviously they got off to a fantastic start in the competition. They got kind of 4 wins on the bounce. You kind of thought they were unstoppable at one point, and they were kind of the new kind of Vipers in that way. But then suddenly, 2 losses, they're on the back foot now.
It's defended by Heath. Away to the offside, there is no run. Well, there is time to rebuild, and that's exactly what the Diamonds are going to have to do now. You look at trying to make the most of the power play and capitalise on the fielding restrictions, but at 15 for 3 inside the 3rd over, you're kind of parking that to one side. Trying to rebuild the innings Driven without too much timing. Bouncing out towards cover. Liberty Heap fielding for Thunder, and there's no run. This must be the perfect start for Thunder. There was a sense, I think, of optimism clearly amongst the Thunder players. I was speaking to one or two in the build-up to the match, and sense that this could be their day. And that has been emphatically reinforced by the start that they've made. 15 for 3. And Mahika Gore to complete her second over, the third of the innings. And again, play back down the pitch. And there's no run. End of the third over. Mahika Gore's conceded 4 off the over, 2 singles to start it, but then came back with the wicket of Winfield Hill, and then completes the over with 3 dots, Paige. Perfect by Mahika Gore.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's not had the fantastic kind of Charlotte Edwards Cup. She's taken 2 wickets so far and gone in, you know, because of her pace, she's gone at that higher kind of economy rate of 7.8. And we saw on Sunday that she perhaps bowled a little bit, you know, too many overs in a go because she bowled 3 in a row. And the South East Stars kind of batters really tucked into her, especially because the outfield was quick as well. So with their added pace, it made boundaries easy to come back, but she's come back today, bowled really well.
No surprise, Tara Norris sends on the second over. Callis works it up towards Datani. No run. Dream bowling figures for Tara Norris, aren't they? Just starting a second over. She picked up 2 wickets, running on for 3 runs. Continuing a pretty solid competition with the ball so far. A little bit of width this time for Callis, who drives away. Gets the first run, moves on to 1, 16 for 3.
Obviously, we know from kind of Sunday's game and obviously the past kind of men's games that we've had at Blackpool over the last couple of years, it can be a high-scoring ground. So I think Tara Norris will happily take 2 for 4, just 1.2 thus far.
Norris bowls again. Heath drives away through the offside. And Heath is up and running as well. So both batters have got their first runs on the board. 17 for 3. We're halfway through the 4th over. Tara Norris, who's Thunder's leading wicket taker in the Charlotte Edwards Cup this season, has hit the ground running once again today. Oh, playing a miss by Callis, just a little bit of wobble on the ball through to Ellie Threlkeld, the keeper, no run. Testing start for these 2 opening batters. Just 2 runs off the over so far. Callis on 1, turns and comes back in towards us. Callis waiting as Norris bowls full, but just wide above stump, driven down the ground, but for no run. (17 for 3). 1 ball left of the 4th over. Thunder right on it at the minute. Super opening 2-over spell this by Tara Norris. Pushed by Callis, but again to mid-on. Oh, slight misfield. Olivia Bell has allowed Diamonds to force a couple of runs there. Just to complete the 4th over. 2 runs off it. Callis to 3, Heath on 1. 19 for 3 after 4.
We'll find that fielding will play a big part in kind of today, and we saw that on Sunday against South East Stars, you know, because boundaries can be easy to come by if, you know, batters are in, and So kind of miss fields, and that can cost you a few runs, and that can win or lose you the game.
It's quite a firm, hard out ground too, isn't it? There's to be quick scoring ground here, you would think. Obviously, as we know, there's not been much rain around for a while. This would be a pretty firm, dry outfield, which means it could be quite bobbly too as well. Mahika Gore to bowl the third over and gets another wicket. Heath has gone. Well, made one almighty mess of the stumps there. It's a joyful sight for Mahika Gore, her second wicket. Diamond's in a right mess. The ideal start for Thunder, and that's a beauty by Mahika Gore. Expansive looking shot. Heath frustrated perhaps with that. But that ball just tailing back in, beating the inside edge and hammering into the woodwork.
Oh yeah, and the stumps flying, which certainly is, well, for Thunder fans, they very much enjoy seeing that.
Yeah, no better sight, I reckon, if you're a bowler. I mean, that was pretty firmly out, wasn't it?
Pretty comprehensive, yeah.
Well, it's an interesting decision from Ellie Threlkeld. She's gone with the third over of Mahika Gore, so we'll only leave her with one left. But perhaps, Paige, a sense that at the minute we're so much on top, it's worth going with Mahika Gore for another one, just to try and do what she's just done, which is pick up a fourth wicket.
Yeah, well, you know, I mentioned that on Sunday they gave Threlkeld gave Mahika Gore that third over, and it didn't pay off. But today she's kind of showing faith in her young bowler and saying, no, you're doing well, carry on.
Sent down a beauty there, 19 for 4. Trying the new batter, playing a missing and through to Ellie Threlkeld. Thunder skipper must be absolutely in her wildest dreams, Paige. I can't imagine she's thinking it's 19 for 4 in the fifth over.
No, certainly not on this wicket. But it's, you know, just shows how well Mahika Gore and Tara Norris have bowled today. They know that they need to fight, and they're doing that.
It's driven away. There's runs here through the covers. All along the ground, there's a chase on. Down towards the deep extra cover boundary. Does reach the rope. We mentioned the speed potentially of this outfield. Bounced its way along the grass out towards the cover boundary for 4 runs. And Diamond's perhaps trying to counter-attack a wee bit here. 23 for 4 in the fifth. Mahika Gore 2 for 16, halfway through her third over. Trying on strike. Well, that swings into it. I wonder whether she got a little inside edge onto that. Interesting to watch back on the replay. Let's take another look at this. Must have got a little inside edge onto that. Getting the ball to swing too, Mahika Gore. It's a really impressive opening spell by both bowlers. Tara Norris likewise at the other end. It's driven. Straight to cover. And there's no run. So 23 for 4 with 1 ball after the fifth over. If you're Ellie Threlkeld, do you go with another one for Tara Norris?
Well, obviously, you know, kind of tails up. I think, you know, she's put her faith in Mahika Gore, and she's got plenty of bowlers to kind of pick from. But obviously, it's her call.
Okay, that just shapes back into try, and that's pushed into the offside. And there's no run. That's the end of the over. It's excellent by Mahika Gore. Wicket at the start of that fifth over. There was the boundary play through the covers, but then a dot balls either side. 23 for 4. We're live at Stanley Park. There's the tower. Can't come to Blackpool without having a look at the tower. You know, I've never been up the tower.
Have you not?
Never been up the tower.
You have a glass floor up there, so you can walk on it and then you can see the ground below.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I do feel ashamed. There's a proud Lancastrian, but I've never been up Blackpool Tower.
As a Blackpool resident, I can say I have probably multiple times. You kind of have to do it. It's one of those things.
Is it not in the council rules that you have to go up? It's kind of part of being allowed to live in the town. Oh, it will be a third over from Tara Norris. I think it's really interesting this from Ellie Threlfeld. She's backing her two bowlers here in the power play. Both will bowl 3 on the spin. Just pushed away off the back foot, but for a run for Callis. Moves on to 4. 24 for 4 in this. Well, Daniel Gidney, Lancashire's chief executive officer, described it as almost like a quarter-final tie. It's a group game. It's the last match of the group stage, but I get what he means. It is kind of basically a playoff, isn't it? Yeah, and a winner takes all potentially for a place at New Road on Saturday. And driven away towards deep backward point by Triumph. Good stop. Throw comes in. Won't run 2. You mentioned early on, Paige, that fielding could be important here. Dry, quick, bobbly outfield. So far, it's been pretty spot on by Thunder.
Yeah, obviously the occasional one, but I think the morale's high in the team. Obviously, they've got a very strong Diamond side, 4 down early, not for many, runs inside the power play. So they have every right to kind of be very pleased about that.
Balls again. And just swinging in towards Triumph, pushing into the offside. Oh, pick up and throw towards the stumps at the keeper's end. It's all rather frantic, that. I mean, it's a sharp single, but it's a single that you feel is on the back of the fact that the team's 26 for 4 in the power play. Diamonds don't want to be adding a run out. It has already been a pretty poor start. 3 balls left of this first 6 overs. Tara Norris 2 for 11. She's bowling left arm over the wicket. Driven. And driven out toward deep point. Just for 1 run. There's Danielle Collins, whose birthday it is today, I'm told.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
What better way to spend your birthday than playing a game for your team at Blackpool?
Little feathered friend there on the outfield for us watching on the live stream. All sorts of wildlife at Stanley Park. The zoo's behind us as well.
Yeah, it's not too far at all.
It's driven by Tryon out towards Blackpool point. Again, there's no run. 28 for 4. So 1 ball left for Tara Norris. Is certainty going to be a bowling change at the end of this, but the 2 will have bowled through the power play. Mahika Kaur and Tara Norris, and they've bowled beautifully. They've bowled Thunder into a really strong position here early on. And pushed off the front foot, eased away through the gap, through the covers. There's the birthday girl coming up to complete the fielding. And that's the end of the 6 overs. Well, that's just about the perfect power play for Thunder, isn't it? 29 for 4, the Northern Diamonds. And look at those bowling figures. Super stuff by Mahika Kaur. 3 overs, 2 for 16. Tara Norris, 3 overs, 2 for 13. Could not have asked for anything more, the Thunder skipper.
Well, no, you hear those kind of cliches of, if you take 2 in the power play, that kind of thing. Well, Thunder have been able to take 4, and we're seeing, I think, Gore coming for her 4th over.
Blimey, 4 on the spin. Okay. Well, she's full of confidence. She's picked up 2 early wickets. I wonder if this was a element of pre-planning involved in this, or whether it is very kind of instinctive in the moment from Ellie Threlkeld to think, actually, a bit of a gut feeling. She's bowling really well. She's in good rhythm. But yeah, it will be 4 overs on the bounce for Mahika Gore in this power play. Well, now we're through the power play. Down the pitch comes Triumph. Swatted away through wide mid-on. Datani chasing after it. 4 runs. Score moves on to 33 for 4. I'll shuffle down the pitch and hit with plenty of bottom hand through mid-on. This will be an intriguing over this. 4 on the spin at any point in T20 cricket is tough to do. It's punched away through the offside. Good fielding out in the deep. Come back for 2. Triumph moves on to 14. It's 35 for 4 now.
From following kind of Thunder, this season, it's probably the best that I've probably seen Mahika Gore bowl. And the last time she, was here on Sunday wasn't the best. So for her to come back so strong is fantastic to see.
Drops back of a length to Triumph, pulled towards the mid-wicket boundary. Again, they'll come back for 2. 37 for 4. It's quite intriguing because she kind of hit the ground running. There was a lot of headlines about Mahika Gore, but I think she's still just 17, isn't she?
Yeah, she's still incredibly, young, but when you have that kind of reputation behind you, you make your international debut at 12, you kind of got a lot to live up to.
It's eased away off the front foot, just with an open face of the bat, down to Blackwell point. 38 for 4. Yeah, 3 overs she bowled here on Sunday in the victory against South East Stars. 3 overs for 34. Some response today. Can she get through this over with not too much more damage done? 2 balls left. Callis just pulls away in the last moment. So walk all the way back to a mark. But yeah, wicketless on Sunday. Wickets were shared amongst Cross, Titani, Lamb, Bell and Norris. Callis on 5 waiting. Here's Gore in and bowling. Down on 1 knee, driving nicely away through the offside. Again coming back for 2. Callis moves on to 7. 40 for 4. 11 off the over so far, so it's the most expensive over so far. Tough ass, bowling 4 on the bounce in T20 cricket. Dot ball would be nice here for Mahika Gore. That's exactly what she gets. Played up to Ditani at mid-on. Well, it's a fine effort from Mahika Gore, a teenager who's bowled 4 overs for a side on the spin. She picked up 2 wickets and 2 big wickets as well. And she joined us in our little media tent here. We've got our sunglasses on. We need our sunnies today, don't we, Paige?
We are in Blackpool, we're by the sea. We just need to get a bucket and spade.
A little bit of the outfield is dry, but it's not quite that dry for a bucket for a bucket and spade. Not far away from the sea, are we?
No, it's not too far. Be a nice stroll into the seaside on the promenade.
Very nice. First bowling change sees Fee Morris introduced. Viewers on Lancs TV will have seen an interview with Fee Morris in the build-up to the game, how much she's enjoying her time at Thunder, her first full season with the club. And a bit of spin. It's just down the leg side and helped on its way by Tryon down towards the boundary. It's heading towards us. Fraser's there to pick it up. Well fielded, Fraser. And there's 4 runs. Nicely swept.
Yeah, Fee Morris, we signed her kind of the end of last season as part of like a trio of signings that Thunder made from Western Storm. And she's been, you know, it looks like she's really settled in well with the Thunder squad.
In and bowls. It loops away into the onside, just bounced safe. Important that too, Paige, isn't it? Because as we mentioned, there's quite a lot of young players in this Thunder team. That's important that Thunder do try and develop their own players and bring players through. There's teenagers dotted across the squad and in the team today. It's off the back foot and pushed up towards mid-on for 1 run. But you want a balance, don't you, between that and experienced players too.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, kind of the pathways and the development within the women's game is slowly kind of getting stronger, and you know, we're seeing more. And you know, Thunder have always had kind of from the academy a good system.
Swept again by Callis. Stopped inside the circle this time. Short fine. There's no run.
I think after the last kind of 2 seasons, it was great to see some experience brought in.
Always balls forward because Tryon defends, no run. I guess Tatani and Norris and Morris all adding experience. Morris strikes. Tryon's gone, bowled. Got himself into a rather ugly-looking position there, Tryon. 5th wicket to fall, 46 for 5. Fee Morris strikes. Chloe Tryon's gone.
And that's a huge wicket for Thunder. She's been striking over 140 in the Charlotte Edwards Cup, so you know, to have someone of such international kind of calibre gone somewhat early, you know, it's just another thing for Thunder to be happy with.
Well, Thunder are making a real mess of the Diamonds batting lineup here.
And she's got the Midas touch today, hasn't she? You know, with the decisions, you know, so hopefully, obviously for, you know, Thunder's sake, they would want that to, you know, continue throughout.
Beth Langston, new batter. Well, I guess the Diamonds would have had some idea as to what type of score they would have wanted, but that might well be kind of drastically being recalculated. There's a lot of time left, 12 overs left, but they're 5 down. They've lost an awful lot of talent. They're already back in the dressing room. Olivia Bell into the attack. It's worked away off the hip. Just for 1 run.
Bell's had a fantastic start to her Thunder career. She made a debut against the Vipers, and then she's just done so well ever since. She took 2 for 29 and then 2 for 16 here on Sunday.
Callis trying to work the ball away to the onside, no run.
And that 2 for 16 against South East Stars going to change the game, because the Stars were going really well. Bryony Smith was, you know, scoring big.
Bell bowls, loops one away outside the off stump. Oh, it's got through Deandra Dottin. There's a rarity. Come back and they've run 2 in the end. 49 for 5. Must be great for Olivia Bell that you get given your chance and to make a contribution so early as well. You feel part of the team, I guess, don't you, that you're contributing. Oh, that's a beauty from Bell. Langston's gone. Bowl for 2. Diamonds are 6 down, 49 for 6. It's a lovely ball by Olivia Bell. Take a look at this back. It's a beauty by Bell. Into the top of off stump. And Thunder, the day goes from strength to strength with the ball.
You know, it was a big ask for Beth Langston. She hasn't played so far this year for the Diamonds in the Charlotte Edwards Cup, so it's coming in such a tricky position. And then to be facing Bell, who is just, she can't seem to do anything wrong with the ball ever since kind of making her debut.
Yeah, smiles aplenty. I'm not surprised. So 49 for 6. Who on earth is predicting this, Paige, before we started today? Not many, I don't think.
No, it's, you know, very surprising to see, especially on a wicket that we know can be so high scoring. Obviously, but we also do know that there's a bit of, you know, everything in it, you know.
Fraser, new batter. Played away into the offside by Catherine Fraser, and there's no run. Bell in balls. Oh, he's tempting Fraser onto the front foot with that loop. She just shy of tossing the ball up, inviting the batter to try and play, bringing the batter forward. Taken by the keeper. End of the over. 49 for 6. 9 overs gone here at Stanley Park in Blackpool. And Thunder keep chipping away at those wickets, just denting that acceleration that the Diamonds haven't really kind of got going yet. Callis on 9 on strike. Looks like another bowling change.
I think it's Sophie Morris on debut.
Debut for the young spinner, Sophie Morris. Nice way to come in to make your debut this, actually, isn't it? Your team has got the opposition at 49 for 6 before you come on to have a ball. Left arm spinner. Oh, I think they're appealing for a stumping. It's signalled as a Y. You can be stumped off a Y, but
Well, we know that Ellie Threlkeld has some of the best hands in the country, and they did see her stumping off a wide on Sunday, so
50 for 6. Here's Sophie Morris. Kind of trying to work the ball away to mid-wicket. It was deflected down behind the keeper. It might have just rattled off the pads of Ellie Threlkeld. It's been given as a bye, I think. 51 for 6. Catherine Fraser back on strike. There's a run here, just turned away off the toes out towards square leg. Through they go, 52 for 6. It's drilled away through the offside out towards cover boundary. Danielle Collins fielding. And again in balls. Again, driven out towards Collins. Score moves on to 54 for 6.
You know, we were speaking about how, you know, the teams have got to kind of develop their own players. And Sophie Morris is one of those who's come through the Thunder Academy.
Put off the back foot and dabbed back towards Sophie Morris. No run. Completing a first over, left arm round, bowls, just defended again. And there's no run. Well, Sophie Morris, first over, sent down as a Thunder player in the Charlotte Edwards Cup. And a pretty decent start, nice and steady, not too much damage done. And backed up the work previously done by Fee Morris. Everything is going to plan so far for the Thunder. There's plenty of work for the Diamonds to do here to get something on the board which they'll feel is competitive. Halfway stage, 54 for 6. 10 overs left, so 60 balls left for the Diamonds. Olivia Bell to continue. We mentioned coming into this about the pressure potentially on the Diamonds because they have been in a strong position through the course of the group stage. So the front foot by Fraser and driven away, and there's no run. Already they've had two chances to try and book their place into the Saturday's finals day, and they've missed out on the 2 previous games that they've played, so they're probably a bit more pressure on the Diamonds. That's worked away towards mid-wicket. Liberty Heap leaping away to field the ball. Fraser moves on to 3, 55 for 6. Bell to Callis. Playing a miss. Yeah, they've lost against the Blaze and Southern Vipers over the course of the weekend. The Diamonds. Fraser drives. Nicely timed. Beats the infield. Don't think it'll reach the rope. It doesn't. Throw comes in towards the keeper's end. And they've crossed for a couple. In fact, they've run 3 there. Come back for 3. So 57 for 6.
Well, for Diamonds, this kind of competition, they've got quite a few players who kind of leading the way. You know, obviously Holly Armitage, leading run scorer.
Defended by Callis into the offside, no run.
You've also got Katie Levitt, who's the second leading wicket taker, and then Grace Hall follows her in 3rd.
Bell bowling over the wicket. Driven down towards long off.
So you'd be thinking, you know, they'd be kind of leading the way in the table, but obviously the Blaze are just kind of running away with things lately. Obviously, you know, their move across from kind of Loughborough just seems to be working absolute wonders for them. They can't seem to be doing anything wrong.
Yeah, it seems to have worked for them so well, hasn't it, the Blaze? That the change from Loughborough Lightning to the Blaze, and they've not looked back. They've absolutely bossed it, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, just from, you know, hearing about that the move was happening, it sounded like an amazing decision, you know, to finally have it kind of based, you know, at a county ground.
Sophie Morris starts her second over. Callis looks to cut the ball, but they're playing a miss.
You know, to be able to give them that structure that they kind of need to be a professional kind of unit, and it has worked absolute wonders.
It's driven past the bowler. Detani does stop it. Come back for 2. Moves on to 13 not out, 60 for 6. And the Blaze, 6 wins from 6. Already booked their place in the final on Saturday evening. Callis driving. Good looking shot out towards the cover boundary that rattles into those little white fencing Welcome boundary that for the Diamonds. They seem to have evaporated, but Callis strikes it firmly away through the offside for 4. Moves on to 17 not out, 64 for 6. Just played off the back foot and angled away to backward point where Deandra Dottin fields. And there is no run. Again, pushed out into the offside. Again, there's no run. Dot ball. So just 6 off the over so far. That 4, which was a good-looking shot over cover. Sophie Morris. Final ball of a second over. Oh, it's run off an edge down towards third. It's going to be a second boundary in the over. Reached the rope. It's gone for 4. Just took the shine off Sophie Morris's second over. Callis off the back foot, just trying to deliberately steer it down to third. It certainly was a thickish edge. 4 runs to complete the over. So that's 12 gone. 68 for 6. Callis 21, Fraser on 5. And maybe Page just a sense of a little partnership developing here for the Northern Diamonds.
Yeah, it's definitely a good sign for the away side here, you know, slowly kind of building that kind of partnership. Otherwise it could have been very easily and kind of all out very quickly, the situation, if it had stayed as frantic as it was. But they've just been able to kind of steady the ship here and kind of wrestle some kind of momentum away from the Thunder bowlers.
It's only 19 runs, but it's a start. I think Thunder would be too concerned at the moment. Datani coming into the attack, pushing this one wide of off stump. And there is no run. And Callis the key here for the Diamonds. International experience. 21 not out at the non-striker's end. Fraser trying to work the ball to the leg side. Appeal for LBW by Datani. Looked like that may have been angling down the leg side. Good start though by Datani. 2 dot balls to begin with. Five wickets in the competition so far. 3rd dot ball as that's driven on the bounce back towards Naomi Datani. Yeah, 5 wickets at an average of 18, an economy of 6. Through the course of the Charlotte Edwards Cup for Naomi Datani. Fraser waits. Again, that's driven to mid-off though for no run. Super start, 4 dot balls. Pressure right back on the batting side with a... I want to go through and over here without just trying to keep the score ticking over. So Fraser might be forced to take a risk or two here. Swats the ball away through the onside. But played it as if the ball just shaped back in towards her a little. Fraser moves on to 6. The score moves on to 69 for 6.
You saw on Sunday that kind of the running between the wickets, you know, and just kind of getting those 1s and 2s, just slowly keeping things kind of moving along, you know, was hugely beneficial kind of for both teams. And, you know, everyone seemed to be running quite well together. Yeah, I think, you know, we'll see the same here.
Final ball of Datani's first over. Eased away off the pads through the onside. And keeps the strike as well. Nice tight stuff though by Naomi Datani. 70 for 6, 13 overs gone. Here at Stanley Park in Blackpool with the tower in the distance. Plenty of blue sky and a few little dots of cloud, but It's been a good day for the Thunder so far. There's 3 players reaching double figures. Callis here, 22 not out. Fraser on 6. These two going to try and get Diamonds into a position where they could maybe attack towards the back end of their innings.
Yeah, well, obviously now they've kind of slowly started to develop this partnership. Obviously, they're giving themselves a little bit of a platform to be able to do that. Obviously, ideally, they wouldn't want it to be kind of 6 down at this point, but unfortunately, it's kind of what they're working with now.
Fee Morris returns. Driven a foolish ball to mid-off. Through for a single. .71 for 6. Fraser turns his next delivery away through the leg side. Collins comes up from the boundary to field. 1s and 2s are okay though, aren't they, for Thunder? Diamonds are going to try and keep, if they can, just trying to find a boundary. 1 and over with a couple of singles. It's pulled away through the leg side for 1 run. 73 for 6.
I think Thunder are doing well at being able to kind of just keep facing like the same batter, you know, for a few balls and an over. They're not letting too many 1s and 2s kind of go, so then, you know, the batters can keep kind of changing and kind of, you know, it's all kind of in Thunder's hands, kind of the pace of the game.
Yeah, they'll feel really confident here on. They're really comfortable. There's not, at the minute, unable to inject any kind of real energy into the batting. Callis plays forward in defence. Fee Morris fielding off her own bowling. She's conceded 4 runs, all of them singles so far in her second over. Final ball coming up. This is the shot maybe they're looking for, but she might be gone here. She is. Callis having to try and take a risk. You felt that pressure was just starting to develop. Ditani with the catch on the long on boundary. Fee Morris strikes. Another 1 to go. 7 down now, 73 for 7. Safe catch from Ditani.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously Fee Morris has been quite handy kind of this competition, you know, taking wickets, you know, when, you know, things are getting a bit kind of quiet for Thunder. You know, she's taken 5 so far, that will be a 6th. So she's been, you know, doing really well, kind of holding an end and then getting those kind of key wickets.
Yeah, 2 for 10, Fee Morris. Callis probably having to play that type of shot. They put long on back on the boundary. It's inviting the hit back over the bowler's head, isn't it? But 14 overs gone. They've not really got anything going just yet. Callis was a well-set batter. Probably a risk she probably had to take.
Yeah, she'd have probably felt like that. You know, they were needing, you know, at least a boundary and over just to kind of help ease things. And it was getting to that kind of end of the over. And, you know, they're trying to kind of create something.
74 for 7. Well, fresh from taking the catch, Naomi Ditani returns to the attack. Fraser following that ball that's full and wide and through to a smiling Ellie Threlkeld.
You can't blame her for having a grin on her face, can you?
Skipper's feeling pretty chilled out about things. I'm not surprised. The opposition 74 for 7. Ditani bowls again. This is worked away down towards the boundary. Oh, there's the rope. It reaches it. Welcome boundary for the Diamonds. First one that Ditani's conceded. Nice looking shot off the front foot through mid-on. 78 for 7. Fraser drives this next ball down towards mid-on, but for no run. Fraser on 12. The Diamonds just might want to try and bat through 20 overs here, and what they get is what they get. We'll be leaving overs left and being balled out. Fraser works the ball away through mid-wicket. Moves on to 13 not out, 79 for 7. Yeah, plenty of thinking to do for the Diamonds players. Everything's worked a treat so far for Thunder. Ditani, 2 balls left of a second over, gone for 7 so far. It's pushed off the back foot by Scott, picked up at backward point by Deandra Dottin. And there's no run. It's left to the bowlers now for Diamonds to try and push his score further along. Lizzie Scott waits for Ditani and just snakes away past the edge of the bat and through to Threlkeld. And that's the end of the 15th over, so 5 overs remain. 79 for 7. And the Thunder players are buzzing around out there, Paige, and they are so much in control of the game. It's gone to plan and then some, really, for Thunder so far today.
Yeah, it really has. It's probably kind of an unusual kind of situation they find themselves in, where they're so on top. Because usually they've been quite kind of close games in the wins that they have had, so they'll certainly want to kind of revel in this and enjoy it.
Yeah, 3 wins from 6 for Thunder, 3 defeats as well. Oh, this is a full toss by feet, might be no ball that. I suspect it probably will be. Yep, there's the umpire confirming the no ball. Loopy full toss, which is signalled as a no ball. Free hit as well. 87 for 83 for 7. Free hit this for Fraser. Coming down the pitch towards Fee Morris. Driven to long off for 1 run, not too much damage done. .82 for 7. Morris in to Fraser, looking to sweep the ball, but I think just taking a little bit of pace off there. He's almost through the shot too soon. Just holding it back a fraction, Fee Morris. Fraser mistiming the sweep. Punched away into the offside, but Liberty Heap, she has done for most of the day so far. Short cover. Stops it, no run. It's dropping short this time, Morris. Deandra Dottin stopping the ball at backward point. Again, there's no run, so good stuff from Fee Morris. Started with that no ball on height, but the free hit only went for 1, and it's been 3 dots since then. It will be a wide down the leg side. Still 2 balls remaining. 83 for 7, Morris to Fraser. Punch to mid-off for a single. Fraser moves on to 15. So the final ball of the 16th over. 84 for 7. Again, played safely along the ground through extra cover for a single. Pretty healthy looking 16th over that for Thunder. even with the wide and a free hit. Tidy stuff from Fee Morris, as it has been so far by the bowlers. 4 overs remaining, 85 for 7. Spike in the run rate early on, but it's plateaued since then. Just not found any momentum in their batting innings, the Northern Diamonds.
It almost looks like the big one.
It does a bit.
with that spike at the start, but that was kind of Winfield Hill's 2 quick boundaries at the start, and then it's all kind of gone downhill very quickly for Diamonds. And Thunder have been very disciplined. You know, we haven't seen too many, obviously bar that kind of last over for Morris, but even then it wasn't to too much detriment in terms of the score.
Take it you've been on the big one then.
Oh, many times.
Norris returns. That's full but wide of off stump. No, again, I wouldn't fancy that myself. I've not been up the tower, I've not been on the big one. I've been to Blackpool loads of times. Never done the 2 main attractions.
I do think that as a Blackpool resident you have to do the Pleasure Beach and you have to kind of tick off the big one. Otherwise you get kicked out of the town.
I don't think I fancy it. Norris comes around the wicket, balls. Scott will push it into the offside, no run. Last thing we want is to be giving Lancs TV the idea of putting me on the big one. It's not happening. I can almost hear them talking about it already. 85 for 7.
We'll get you a little GoPro.
Absolutely not. Not happening. Norris around the wicket, balls. And again, Scott trying to flick it away to mid-wicket, no run. 85 for 7, halfway through the 17th over. Live from Stanley Park in Blackpool on the BBC Sport website and the app, and on Lancs TV. It's the first of a T20 double-header today, with Lancashire Lightning in action a little later on, 5 o'clock start. We're watching Thunder, enjoying a really good day so far. It's driven away. There's runs here. Nicely timed by Scott. There's 4 of them, in fact. It's going underneath the van. It's underneath the van where all the magic happens. 4 runs. Welcome boundary, though, for the Diamonds. Driven safely through mid-off. So, still got the possibility, and they should, from this position, push up and beyond the 100.
They'll definitely want to get kind of past that mental kind of milestone, and then just kind of see where they get from there and push as close as they can, you know, to 110 then 120.
Pulled away by Scott towards deep mid-wicket. Moves on to 7, 90 for 7. It does give you, I guess, a little bit of a psychological boost if you can get up to 3 figures. And with you, though, Paige, I think kind of 115. Can they get to 120? Give them something to work with. Thump down the ground, burst through the hands of Tara Norris. Scramble through for a quick single. That's the end of the 17th over. 91 for 7. Fraser 16, Scotland 7. It's just so difficult to build momentum, isn't it, in the back end of an innings when you've lost wickets throughout the course of your innings?
Yeah, and obviously for these kind of batters, they're not the ones who've been kind of in, you know, form with batter. You know, they haven't got any big scores to the name. You know, Lizzie Scott's high score this kind of year's 6 not out. You know, so they haven't had the chance coming into this game to have got some runs under their belt. To then have come in with the confidence now, you know, when they're in a tough position to be able to kind of pull something out of kind of nowhere. But I think Thunder have been really good with, you know, how they've been bowling and been able to kind of keep targeting, you know, the same batter, you know, in the same over.
Olivia Bell to come back into the attack. Worked out through the leg side for a single by Fraser. Yeah, it's such an intriguing point, that, because you, I mean, it's great that you've got so much runs in your top order like the Diamonds have this season, but on the day it doesn't work, you're then relying on batters who've not had to do too much to try and see if they can push the score beyond that that 100 mark. Bell to Scott. It's just dropped away into the offside. There's no run. 92 for 7. Bell bowls. Pushed back down the pitch on the bounce to the bowler. Got through for a quick single. I think that was on the bounce to the bowler. I think that was a chance for Bell. It's hit firmly. Could be out this, down towards long on. It is out. Ditani takes the catch. Bell picks up her second wicket. Fraser's gone for 17. 93 for 8. High down towards long on. Ditani nicely set. Never looked like dropping it neither.
No, she's having a good day in the field. Ditani, you know, that was just safely, you know, safely pouched.
Work in the field has been excellent by Thunder today. Chances have been taken. That's Ditani's third catch of the day. It is Winfield, Hill, Callis, and now Fraser, all snaffled by Naomi Ditani. Second wicket for Olivia Bell. What a start, Paige. She's having to a Thunder career.
Yeah, well, that's 2 in every game she's played now.
Dream start for Olivia Bell. Katie Levick, next batter out. And she's going for another big hit. Plenty of height, not much distance. Might be caught. Is. It's 2 in 2. Bell's on the hat-trick. Levick's gone. And any sense of momentum at the back end of the Diamonds innings is all but coming to an end. 9 down now. Liberty Heap with the catch. Plenty of height. It barely left the circle. Heap takes a good catch. And they're in danger, Paige, of being bowled out before they get to 3 figures.
Yeah, they are. Obviously, Olivia Bell's come back in and she's just continuing doing what she's done so well. And taking 2 wickets and 2 balls. And now she's on a hat-trick.
Hat-trick ball. 93 for in the 18th over. It has unravelled here for the Northern Diamonds. It's far from being done, of course. It still runs that Thunder have got to get, but goodness me, they could not have wished for a better chance to try and win the match and progress into the finals. 93 for 9. This, the hat-trick ball for Olivia Bell. Hall on strike. No hat-trick on this occasion. There's that's driven out towards Heap, who took a really good catch. Might be able to catch a replay back of that, because the way that she took it was a sharp piece of work. Watch this now back on the replay, because it went high, but it's the way she got underneath it, and it was the bounce actually, both hands on it, and then hits the deck. In the end, the ball in one hand could easily have bounced out that. Every chance had been really sharp. Good fielding. 93 for 9 is start of the 19th over. She's driven down the ground as Ditani returns to the attack. Scott remains on 8. 93 for 9. Ditani balls again. Oh, it just beats Bell inside the infield. Too much damage done. The run back for second. Fee Morris coming up from the boundary to complete the fielding. Scott moves on to 10 now. 95 for 9. Ditani's been excellent with the ball. Not picked up a wicket, but look at that. Just 9 runs conceded. 3 catches taken by Ditani as well today. It's off the back foot and run away through the offside. Deandra Dottin does get to it. They sneak through for a single. 96 for 9. Hall on naught. 3 balls left of the 19th over. Titani bowling left arm over the wicket. Low full toss actually, flicked out through the onside. Pick up and throw sharply. So it's been run out, that's it. Well, I think that's Liberty Heat with a pick up and throw. Titani, I think, flicked off the bails. Work to Heat, really sharp work, throwing on the bounce. Oh, that's brilliant by Titani. She's taken it and thrown back, kind of backwards towards the stump. She's not really even looking at the stumps. But that quick reaction from Titani, and that is the Diamonds all out. And all out for 96. Goodness, Hall and Scott unable to get the Diamonds up to 3 figures. Paige, that is a brilliant effort by Thunder with the ball and in the field.
Yeah, phenomenal. From Thunder, especially when you think about they've had their international kind of players kind of taken away, for England duties, and Kate Cross, and obviously Emma Lamb was very handy with the ball with 2 wickets on Sunday. So for obviously you got a debutante coming in and some very young bowlers. That was fantastic from Thunder, and a very kind of all-round effort because it was in the field as well.
Okay, let's get some reaction. Let's head out to the middle. Here's Fraser.
Absolutely fantastic with the ball. Lancashire, terrific work, wasn't it, Ellie? You must be absolutely delighted with that.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I think the bowlers were outstanding. Kept the stumps in play for as long as possible, and yeah, got through their top order. And but yeah, half a job's done. We just got to do the second half even better now.
How confident are you now of getting that? What is a very gettable total?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, but I think also we can't be complacent. I think we've just put in a really good first half, and the easy thing to do would be now to sit back. So we've got to do the second half even better.
How much is it going to be down to cool heads now, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. There's a bit on this game, obviously, and we'll be under a bit of pressure in the second half, but nothing changes for us. We'll still be doing what we've been doing in previous games. So.
Well done. Thanks a lot. Cheers, Ellie. Off she goes, Ellie Threlkeld, the Lancashire captain. Absolutely delighted, as you would expect, with the performance that her bowling unit has put in this afternoon. 96 all out, the Northern Diamonds. That is a very gettable total.
Room.
How's that? How's that? Oh. Oh.
How's that?
How's that?
Absolutely terrific performance with the ball for the Lancashire Thunder, bowling out the Northern Diamonds for 96 all out. Incredible stuff. Scott Reed had the pleasure of commentating on that this afternoon. That was a terrific performance with the ball, wasn't it?
Outstanding, yeah. I mean, set up in the power play beautifully. Mahika Gore, in particular, to bowl 4 overs on the spin in a power play is a really difficult thing to do. Went for perhaps just a few more than what she'd have liked in her 4th over, but it was set up by the way that Tara Norris and Mahika Gore bowled in those 6 overs, and then it just kind of built on from there. I thought across the board with the ball and in the field, the ground fielding was outstanding, and it was a pretty hard, quick outfield.
Yeah.
And their catching was outstanding too. So yeah, just a brilliant performance there.
We can have a look at the wickets, go through them all as we saw a little earlier on. I mean, Thunder getting off to the perfect start in the first 2 wickets, falling for just 11 runs. Leah Dobson and Holly Armitage off the bowling of Tara Norris. And then, as you mentioned, Mahika Gore, who's not any easy in this competition so far, with 2 really key wickets.
Yeah, absolutely. What you want from your premier bowlers is to make an impact in that power play where possible. And the intriguing thing with Mahika Gore, as you mentioned, she's a young bowler, still a teenager, and she's had a little bit of tap this competition, but she's faced some really high-class batting from some international batters, of which Lauren Winfield Hill is one of them. But to be able to come back and show that ability, to have the character to do it and the skill to do it, was really impressive. So yeah, I think she could take an enormous amount from that, from the way she bowled today.
They dug in a little bit, the Northern Diamonds, after that, but then 2 more quick wickets. 46 for 5 off 7. Chloe Tryon bowled by Free Morris, and it quickly dropped down to 49 for 6. And at that point, you're starting to think, aren't you, that this could be a good afternoon for the Thunder?
You are, because the Diamonds just couldn't get any momentum going, really. They couldn't really find a partnership that seemed to settle things down. They couldn't really find a way to try and release the pressure that Thunder were building in the field. And you're starting to think, well, unless they can try and find something here to try and push the score to maybe a 120, 130, then they're going to potentially be quite some way short. But that was just kind of relentless nature of the way that Thunder bowled. They kept pressure on at both ends. I don't recall a period in that innings where a bowler came into the attack and you felt, right, that's the release of pressure that the Diamonds are looking for. It was just a really solid all-round performance with the ball. Everyone backed up each other. When someone bowled well at one end, someone else came in and backed it up at the other end.
It was Carlis and Fraser, I think it was, that got a half-decent partnership late on. They put on 25, I think, between them. But again, as soon as that finished, then the wickets would tumble again. And then just right at the end there, that just little piece of little luck, I suppose, if you call it, maybe with a bit of fielding there to get a run out. They're going to need a little bit of luck in this afternoon in making sure that they chase this down now.
They are, that's the thing. And it can be a little bit awkward, these low-scoring run chases. You've got perhaps 2 ways of trying to go about doing it. You either try and set off like a train and get it won inside the first 6 overs, get on top of the run rate and try and win the game, get ahead of it early and try and win the match early, or you try and build slowly and you use your ammunition, you use all your wickets and all your overs to try and get the job done. It doesn't matter whether you win inside 12 overs or whether you win inside 19 overs. Normally that is the equation. Of course, the other element of this, and we're waiting for confirmation as to what the requirement is there is a bonus point up for grabs.
Yeah.
So they'll want to get the game won within a certain time frame, and once we've got a clear idea of what that is, then we'll know what they need to do.
As far as I understand it, they have to be 1.25 times better in terms of we're going to have to get the abacus and the calculator and all sorts out here. It's going to be difficult. Bottom line is they have to win, and they have to win well.
Yeah, and we'll get the data will all be fed back, and we'll get an idea in terms of how quickly they have to win. We'll know that, I think, pretty certainly, as you say. It's that run rate 1.25 times. I can't do the maths. I rule me out for that one. But we'll know that they'll have to win it inside the certain number of overs left. And if they can do that, then Saturday becomes a fantastic afternoon for them.
Northern Diamonds got 96 all out from their just over 18 overs, so we're getting that worked out in terms of how exactly Lancashire Thunder have to win this game in order to guarantee that they will be going through to those finals days on Saturday. But the run chase is coming up.
excited to be here, and what an opportunity, yeah, for the girls to come out and play some cricket outside. And after a long winter indoors, it's brilliant to be outdoors in the sun.
I always love coming back to the Thunder and being around a great set of girls, and you can see the excitement from them that they're getting the opportunity to be outdoors. I think, you know, being at Emirates Old Trafford for a winter can be quite a slog sometimes, so I think getting the opportunity to get out here, yeah, you can tell there's a lot of excitement in the group, and I think they're all chomping at the bit to play a bit of cricket now, which is a great place to be.
Morning, let's go.
Sort of easing our way in. Obviously heat was a little bit of a shock, but it's been really nice to just get outside, and yeah, no better place I'd rather be. So yeah, the girls are really excited. For us as a group, it gives us a really good chance to play some cricket before our competitive games as well, and put into practice a lot of the things we've done this winter. So yeah, to get the opportunity to do that abroad in different conditions as well, it's just fantastic. So yeah, we're really grateful to Hilton and to the club for giving us this opportunity.
Great to test the fitness that the girls have put in over the winter. It translates into being able to hold your skills longer or concentrate longer in the field, so it's good to see how the girls are developing. Obviously been away from the group for about 2 months now, and that skill level just seems to keep going up and up, which is obviously what you expect when you're professionalising more of the girls and they're getting more time on task. Like the lads, for a lot of them, they aspire to be professional cricketers from such a young age, like maybe when they first get into the age group system at Lancashire, whereas it's still relatively new for our girls, and there's still a lot of unknown about what the pathway looks like, but what we do know is that there's professional contracts available now, and that's so exciting. Yeah, I think we're unbelievably lucky. Hilton have obviously put a lot of money into this and allowed us to have the same opportunities that the men get every year, which is, I think, a really proud feature of our club at Lancashire. I think the equality that they treat the girls with is fantastic. So yeah, I think we're all really grateful, but equally we know that there's a lot that we can learn out here, and we're trying to use the opportunity to get us all better at cricket.
Gonna get her out, LBW. Over the wicket, slide it on. Ah! There it is, that's the one, yes!
From my perspective.
So here we go. Welcome back on Lancs TV and the BBC Sport website and app to Stanley Park in Blackpool, where it's lovely. It's a lovely day, and it's been a lovely day so far for Thunder, because they've bowled the Northern Diamonds out for 96, and you'll be delighted to know, Paige, that no one's had to rely on our mathematics to work this out. There's greater minds than you and I have worked out what they need to do to win the match, but not just win the match, but win the match with the extra bonus point, which would get them to the final on Saturday. And the equation that we've got from the magic computer, it's like something from the National Lottery. You've got this magic computer where you punch in numbers, and it tells you what you need to do. And they need to win this match and chase these runs down before the 16th over. And if they can do that, then that will see them through to the final on Saturday. So they've got 97 to get inside 16 overs. And if they can do that, the Thunder, then they're through to Saturday's finals. And they're up and running straight away. First ball of the reply. Good looking shot, driven away through the covers for 4 runs. Perfect way to start, Paige.
Yeah, what a wonderful way to begin the innings and really show some intent. Obviously they're not chasing a huge total like they probably would have expected to when they came here today. You know, they're both done an excellent job in restricting Diamonds to just the 96. And then their opening batters are off to a good start.
It's off the back foot by Datani. Nicely played. Good looking shot. Run down towards deep backward point. Successive boundaries. What a way to start it for the Thunder. 8 off the first 2 deliveries. And Datani has been excellent today with the ball and in the field. And now started nicely with the bat. Someone's with an enormous sneeze. Scott in and balls to Datani. He's off the front foot and pushed into the offside. No run. Someone's got a touch of hay fever, I think.
Naomi Datani enjoyed herself on Sunday. She scored her highest score of this year's competition. And she's been batting kind of up and down the order depending on when we've had people like Emma Lamb available.
Scott into Datani. It's angled him towards her and worked out through the leg side. Just for a single. Top, 30 not out for Datani. Highest score. Liberty Heaps enjoyed a good year as well with the bat. 135 runs. Top score of 46. She's on strike for the first time. It's a 9 without loss. What a really positive start to this reply. It's down the leg side by Scott. It's not taken cleanly by the keeper neither. Oh, it's run down towards the boundary. That's an expensive wide. It's gone for 4.
Everything really is going Thunder's way.
It is.
Even, with wides going going to the boundary. Especially when you need to chase a total within a certain time frame. They started off perfectly here.
This loops away towards the back over the bowler's head. And lands safely in the end. Quite had all sorts this over, hasn't it? 2 fours off the first 2 deliveries, and the wide down the leg side. Half a chance of a return catch. There's been 14 runs conceded. It's been a lively first over. Scott in to complete it. Flicked away into the onside. And there's no run. That does complete the first over. Well, sometimes, Paige, if it's your day, it's your day. That's an excellent start with the bat. That 14 runs off the first over, helped by the wide, which went for 4 as well. But that is just the perfect way to get the run chase up and running.
Yeah, and really kind of show some kind of intent and kind of show Diamonds that they're not here to kind of mess about, and that they want this. And it's been fantastic to see because, certainly from a Thunder perspective, they started off the Rachel Hayhoe Flint. They haven't got a win with that, and they started off with a few losses in this tournament, and then they kind of got those first 2 wins under the belt and kind of haven't looked back. And you can see the effect that it's just having on the team.
Well, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Confidence. You win a couple of games, and all of a sudden, you can look a different team. Fraser in and bowling. Datani off the back foot. It's pushed into the offside, no run. It's a 14 without loss. Fraser bowls again. Driven by Datani away through the covers. Just for a single, moves into double figures though. Naomi Datani moves on to 10. 15 without loss. As we start the second over. Liberty Heap, he faced 2 balls so far, back on strike. It's worked away towards square leg, but there's no run. Halfway through the second over. Thought about taking a single, decided against it, which was the right move. Again, Heap using the feet to get down the pitch. Takes a single. 16 with that loss. Brings Titani back on strike. It's worked away off the back foot again through the offside for one run. I mean, that's such a good start. 14 runs off that first over. Just take an awful lot of pressure, doesn't it, off the second over of the innings.
Yeah, because they can just kind of take those singles now and not worry too much at the, about a run rate kind of going anywhere.
Heap rocking back, trying to cut the ball, but no ball signal by the umpire. Free hit for Liberty Heap. Where are you going with this one? Swatted away through the leg side. Only for a single. And that's the end of the second over. 18 without loss. 2 overs into this run chase. Live from Stanley Park in Blackpool. Well, these two, I think now, Paige, with the start that they've had, and we know the equation that's required, got a bit of a free hit here, haven't they, really, to go out there and see if they can try and get the job done early.
Yeah, and they both got kind of runs under their belt as well, so they'll feel confident and they'll want to kind of make the most out of the opportunity.
Katie Levick coming into the attack. What's the Diamonds' response? Need wickets in this power play. Force themselves back into the game. Heap off the back foot, trying to cut the ball. There's a slip in place. Through to the keeper. There's Levick. And then balls hit firmly away. Oh, so almost taking George out, the photographer. Steady on, George. It's gone for 4. Heap moves on to 6. Good looking shot. He got himself into an almighty mess there, did George. He's in no position to take that. 23 without loss. Heap on to 6. Hammered away. Might be 4 more. It is. It's into the shrubs. Successive boundaries for Liberty Heap, and we're wondering, Paige, whether they might view this as being a bit of a free hit, these two. This is just the perfect start. 27 without loss, halfway through the third over.
Yeah, this is very kind of typical of Liberty Heap. We know that she can come out there with kind of no fear, and she's got the perfect opportunity to do that now, and especially against such kind of a high-class kind of bowler. Katie Levick's the second leading wicket taker this year. She got 11, and she was definitely up there kind of last year as well. So it's
Levick in and balls to Heap. Swept away. Heap moves on to 11 not out. 28 without loss. A target of 97 to win. And if they can do that inside 16 overs, and that's the equation that they need for Thunder. Oh, Titani coming down the pitch to Levick. There'd been a half a stumping chance there. Titani on 11, Heap on 11. 1 ball left of the third over. Katie Levick. Bowls and Titani off the back foot, just trying to run it down away to backward point, and there's no addition to the score. That completes the third over. 28 without loss. Heap on 11 and Titani on 11. Halfway through the power play. Well, this is a perfect example about kind of getting ahead of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a kind of stark contrast to where the Diamonds were, because they were 15 for 3 in the third over. So they're doing very well here.
Fraser continues. It's nudged away towards mid-wicket by Liberty Heap. And there's no run. Catherine Fraser searching for Diamond's first breakthrough. Going on the sweep. Heap, plenty of height on that. Landing safe, actually. Almost a top edge, really, on the sweep. Went ballooned high up in towards the bright blue sky here in Blackpool, but landing safely. Heap moves on to 12, 29 with that loss. Vitani off the back foot keeps his next delivery out. There's Fraser from around the wicket bowling. Oh, another stumping chance not taken. Vitani trying to be aggressive.
Feels like some of the Diamonds players have walked under some ladders or done something, because just no look is there going their way at all.
No. Not travelled from across the Pennines with any good luck coming their way, it wouldn't seem at the minute. It's turned out towards square leg. This is Scott Fields. Scores 30 without loss, with 1 ball left to the 4th over. It's Fraser bowling. Heap comes down the pitch, hammers the ball away. Could be caught. Is. Excellent catch. Caddis to the catch for the Diamonds. Heap has gone for 12. Skied it out toward deep backward points. A good catch, this. Oh, that's a really good take. One-handed, brilliant catch. It's a breakthrough the Diamonds were desperately searching for.
Yeah, and it's a big wicket too. Obviously, we know what Liberty Heap can do if she properly gets stuck in. So that's just one less thing for the Diamonds to worry about. But then, you know, Fee Morris comes to the crease. We had a very good day here on Sunday. She scored 44. You know, at a strike rate of above 140, you know, so she'll be feeling confident coming into today's game, and she's already got wickets with the ball.
Yeah, can't really put a price on that, can you, in terms of having belief and confidence, especially when you've contributed as well as she did with the ball. I've got to say, Paige, they look a different team. I watched them really early on in this competition. They didn't play well. Looked a team short of confidence, short of belief. They were well beaten against the Blaze in a match at Emirates Old Trafford a few weeks back. Look transformed at the minute.
Yeah, as I say, I think it's just, you know, that one win that got under their belt against Sunrisers, and then suddenly there's that belief in the team. You just feel a bit more revitalised, and then they've kind of continued that through. And even with the loss against the Vipers, it wasn't enough to kind of put them back where they were at the start of the competition in terms of morale.
Titani looks to sweep. Gets a little bottom edge on this. Scamper through for a quick single. Chloe Tryon into the attack for the Diamonds. 31 for 1. We're in the 5th over. Sophie Morris takes guard from the umpire. Left arm round the wicket. There's no run. Morris is trying to work it around the corner. Picked up by Catherine Fraser. So another dot ball. Trying to force a bit of pressure here, the Diamonds. Wide of off stump and driven away to the offside. No run. tosses another one up. Hit away into the deep. Score moves on to 32 for 1. Brings Ditani back on strike. Just a 1-run conceded so far off her own bowling from Triumph in the first over. And that's defended neatly away into the offside for no runs. That's a good backup over that. Having found the wicket in the previous over, Chloe Triumph coming into the attack and just trying to keep a bit of pressure on there for the Diamonds.
You know, she's been bowling pretty well, you know, in this tournament. She got 8 wickets. She had a slightly very high economy rate, but, you know, she's clearly, you know, bowling well. They've just been able to take those wickets when they're needed, and obviously Thunder now just want to probably, they know they've got some breathing room, so they just want to probably get, you know, Fee Morris in, and then they can accelerate later on and chase that total quickly.
Final over of the power play, this. Fee Morris facing Catherine Fraser. First ball is off the front foot and played up to mid-off for no run. Fraser bowls again. Coming down the pitch towards the bowler. Work towards Lauren Winfield Hill. Just for 1 run, 33 for 1. Fraser around the wicket bowling. Ditani looks to try and sweep. Doesn't make any clean contact. And dot ball. Fraser right on round the wicket. Ditani comes down the pitch. It's a good-looking shot. Fields up inside the circle in this power play, using her feet to come towards the bowler, lifting it up and over mid-off for 4 runs. Ditani moves on to 15, 37 for 1. Clever cricket by Ditani. Calculated shot worth 4 runs. That's worked off the pad, just turned away towards backward square leg and get through for 1. It's good running that, isn't it, Paige? Because she's hit a really good shot for 4. Next delivery she turns away to square leg, gets through for 1. This really kind of clever cricket.
Yeah, and it's not allowing the kind of the bowlers to kind of just settle at her and keep bowling.
Fee Morris on strike. Gonna lift it over mid-off. She got enough to clear the infield. She has. It's bouncing its way towards the boundary rope. Don't think it'll get there. Doesn't. Morris comes back for 2. That's the end of the power play. That's Graham Onions, part of Lancashire's coaching staff, watching from the edge of the boundary at Stanley Park in Blackpool. This is the first of a T20 doubleheader, with Lancashire Lightning in action a little bit later on. Got the men's and women's matches back to back. It's a 5 o'clock start, the men's game. Both games available for you on Lancs TV and the BBC Sport website and app. And the men's game later on will be on BBC Radio Lancashire as well. Plenty of ways to keep across the coverage. Look at this, Lancs TV, boys. They're going to the ice cream van already. This is outrageous. Goodness gracious. The ice cream van's inside the ground here at Stanley Park. With Katie Levick bowling to Ditani. Worked away behind square. And get through for a quick single. Ditani moves on to 17 from 18 balls faced. Runner ball stuff by Naomi Ditani. .41 for 1. Katie Levick spins the ball from one hand to the other. Morris looking to try and just paddle the ball away. Runs here down towards the boundary. Doesn't quite reach the rope. They've run 3 though. Moves on to 7 for Norris, 44 for 1. Making great strides towards victory. The Thunder. What a way it will be to end their group campaign. Tatani looks to try and sweep. Doesn't make any contact. Play and a miss in the end. Sweep and a miss from Tatani, taken by the keeper. A little flatter this time by Levick off the back foot. And played away down the ground for a single. Score moves on to 45 for 1. Tatani on 18. Levick in, balls again. That's on the sweep, but straight towards mid-wicket. No run. Picked up by Holly Armitage, though. Final delivery of the 7th over. Down comes Fee Morris towards the bowler, using her feet that'll skip down the pitch and drilled along the ground towards the long on. Lizzie Scott fields. Morris gets through for 1, and she keeps a strike as well. Fee Morris, she's on 8. And the Thunder are 46 for 1. And well on course. Trying to get the job done, get on top of the run chase, on top of the run rate. And so far, so good.
Yeah, just the 51 more required now. You know, they're only 1 wicket down. They're doing really well.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit of something special here with the ball in the field for the Northern Diamonds. Beth Langston going to introduce a bit of pace into the attack. Fee Morris on strike. That's down the leg side, the first delivery. Taken by the keeper. The score moves up to 47 for 1 though. Nudging that target a little bit nearer. You can see the run rate and the run rate required, they're way above where they need to be. Almost double in front. It's gone high through the onside, out towards mid-wicket. Should land safe, it does. Fee Morris will come back for a second. He's on to 10 now, 49 for 1. Yeah, the rate and run rate required 3.74, and they're currently going at almost 7. Bossing it here with the bat as well, the Thunder. Forward goes Fee Morris. Runs the ball off the face of the bat away to backward point. That brings up the 50 for Thunder. 50 for 1. In the 8th over. Tatani on 18 comes back on strike. Langston top of her mark, just waiting for Tatani, who takes guard from the umpire. In and bowls, drilled away into the covers, but for no run. Halfway through the 8th over. These two players, Page, Tatani and Morris, 2 of the 3 that the club signed in the winter, bringing some experience to a pretty young dressing room. Swatted out towards the leg side by Tatani, just for 1 run, and both have contributed so far today in the field, with the ball, with the bat. They're showing kind of that experience, I guess, that they've been brought to the club to try and deliver.
Yeah, definitely. And I think even across the 2 tournaments, you know, they've brought something different you know, in, and they seem to be settling really well, which is obviously a really good sign, especially at, you know, the club, because you want that, you know, everyone to have that kind of bond.
Into the pads of Morris, and Katie Levitt does get well across the ground to stop the ball. Good fielding. Going to run 3 though. Come back for a third. 54 for 1.
And these two are really running well between the wickets here, you know, and just taking those few runs, you know, when they can, and just slowly chipping this total down. So they know they're more than halfway there now, because, you know, knowing that their, you know, total's 97. So that just makes every ball a bit easier.
It's a wide ball by Langston, chopped into the offside by Datani. And there's no run. End of the over. Yeah, there's a real sense of authority here between these two batters, Datani and Morris. They are absolutely on top of this run chase, of where they need to be. And Thunder, of course, for the victory that they need. Where do the Diamonds go to try and find a little rattle of wickets? Try and claw themselves back into it. Grace Hall for the first time with the ball, coming into the attack. So the equation is 43 more runs to win. 12 overs and 9 wickets in hand to get him. Here comes Hall then. In the balls of fullish length, just on off stump, and it's driven by Fee Morris. Winfield Hill coming up from the boundary to complete the fielding. 55 for 1.
You know, Diamonds need something special from their bowlers here, just to try and wrestle some momentum and take a couple of wickets. And they've gone to Grace Hall, who has 10 wickets so far this year. Third leading wicket taker behind Katie Levitt. So hopefully she can provide the goods for Diamonds.
Around the wicket, spearing a Yorker into Datani. Dug out by Naomi Datani. Oh, it's going to need a bit of magic, isn't it, from Grace Hall? Can she find a bit of a special spell here to drag her team back into it? Single down the ground by Datani. As Winfield Hill comes up from the boundary to field. Datani moves on to 20, 56 for 1. Halfway through the 9th over. Two runs so far off this Grace Hall over. Morris sweeps and gets that successfully away for 4 runs. Swept it in front of square. Good stride down the pitch, dragging that bat across the front pad. 4 more runs towards the required total for victory. 60 for 1. They're cruising this at the minute, Thunder. Hall balls again, shuffling right back into the creases, Morris, and that's worked down to back point. And there is no run.
Well, whilst Hall's been good kind of this season with taking wickets, she's been going at quite a high economy rate of over 8, so this could be an opportunity for Thunder to really kind of hammer home this net run rate.
I suppose that's the risk you take, isn't it? You might get a wicket or 2, but as you say, they could be expensive ones. Swept again. This beats the infield down to fine leg. It's going to be 4 more. 23 to Fee Morris. 2 4s in the final 3 balls of her first over, taking the shine of what was before that a pretty tidy start with the ball. But I guess if you're going to introduce a bit of pace into the attack, can run off the bat a bit quicker.
And also the sun's come out a heck of a lot more than it was this morning when there was still all of those clouds, so it's, you know, the outfield's getting even drier and it's better conditions to bat.
Sun's come out. Perfect timing for Thunder, isn't it, really?
Yeah, another thing that's just going their way today.
Yes. It's been that type of day so far. Well, they have, in the minute, making mincemeat of this run chase. Titani drives, but for no run. A little reminder for you, though, that it's not just the target, it's winning and winning well. And getting this victory done inside 16 overs is what the equation is, what the Thunder need. That will get them the points that they require. It's off the back foot by Titani. Can't beat the infield, no run.
This is the first time Beth Langston's bowled, or, you know, played this year in the Charlotte Edwards Cup, so it's a big ask to come in and try and slow down this run rate or take wickets.
Langston balls again. Tony trying to work it to the leg side, just rattles off the pad. Deflects back down the pitch, no run. Three dot balls to start the 10th over. Titani 20 not out from 28 balls faced. Got Beth Langston bowling here for the Northern Diamonds. That's driven and it's been caught. Titani goes for 20. Beth Langston picks up her first wicket. In the end, just chipping it up towards mid-off.
It almost felt in slow-mo because we were in the perfect angle to see that catch. That's kind of what Diamonds will be after now.
Titani trying to punch it through mid-off. Actually, in the end, it looped down to kind of short third. Goes for 20. She's had a good day, though. Naomi Titani with the ball and in the field, taking catches, bowling pretty tidily to try and well, to set this relatively modest total for Thunder to chase. He went for 10 from her 3 overs. Deandra Dottin comes out. I wouldn't expect that run chase to slow down anytime soon. That run rate with Deandra Dottin out there. 64 for 2. 2 balls left of the 10th over. That'll give them 6 overs left to try and get to this winning target. Keep reminding viewers and listeners about that. It's not just about winning it. They've got to win it if they can, with 16 overs gone. That will secure them the points that they require. Deandra Dottin, the new batter. She's up and running straight away, flashed away off the pads away to square leg. Jogs through for a single. 65 for 2. 1 ball left of the 10th. Pretty decent though, Paige, isn't it? When you lose Titani and you can bring out Deandra Dottin as your next batter.
It is, yeah, and I think that's why Thunder, you know, bring her in. Obviously, she's played for Lancashire Thunder in the KSL back when it was kind of that system, and then it's played for Thunder last year and this year.
Pushed away into the offside by Morris. Oh, that's a really clever shot. She just run it down to backward point. It's a really good looking shot, actually, by Morris. Just standing there waiting for it, and then just guiding the ball late behind square on the offside for 4 runs. 69 for 2. That is the halfway point of what is left for Thunder. They've got 10 overs and 60 balls to get their runs to win the match. But if they can do it inside 16 overs, then they'll pick up the extra points required to progress from the group. 69 for 2, Morris 27. Could be a match-winning knock, this, couldn't it? And Dottin on 1. Chloe trying coming back into the attack for the Diamonds. 28 more needed. Deandra Dottin. Goes off the back foot and just watches this one. Just perhaps get a little bit quickly onto her there. Where she played it, shuffling off the back foot and defensively pushing it back down the pitch and then glaring back down the pitch, Deandra Dottin. Maybe just bounced a little more than perhaps she was expecting. Chops his next delivery out through the offside for 1 run. Lauren Winfield-Hill comes up from the long off boundary. Score moves on to 70 for 2. 26 needed. Correction, 27 needed now.
You know, both of these batters know they have to take too many risks. And obviously just taking, you know, a single when you can, and boundaries will come.
Morris tries to run it down to third. Bounces into the gloves of the keeper. Try on left arm round the wicket, fizzes it in, maybe just a little bit quicker to Morris. He's shuffling right back into a crease and eases the ball away to the leg side for a single. Moves on to 28 not out, 71 for 2. Brings Deandra Dottin back on strike. It's hammered away, up and over mid-wicket, down towards the boundary. Doesn't reach the rope. Dottin comes back for 2. Moves on to 4, 73 for 2. Final ball of the 11th over. Dottin down on one knee, trying to drag the ball away towards the leg side. It's gone behind square and in towards the boundary. And it's 4 runs. Done well to get the ball there, actually. On the sweep, dragged it right behind square on the leg side. Such a powerful player. Timed it. Moves on to 8, 77 for 2. Almost there, the Thunder.
Yeah, just the 20 required now. And at this rate, they'll soon get there.
They will. For those watching on Lancs TV, that's the media tent. It's the fancy-looking marquee, media marquee. Might be a bit glamorous in truth.
Not quite Old Trafford, the media centre.
Morris plays forward in defence. As Beth Langston continues. 3rd over for her. 12th of the innings, 77 for 2. So it's 20 to win. 53 balls to win it, but trying to do it inside 16 overs on Thunder. Well on course to do just that. It just runs away from Morris. He's taking the pace off the ball there, Langston. Barely anything to work with in terms of pace on the ball for Morris. 28 not out from 21 balls faced. Langston again, balls angled in towards Morris. Digs the ball away through the onside to the right of mid-on. Oh, she's timed that beautifully. That's 4 runs. Lovely looking shot by Fee Morris. Didn't need to force it, really. It's helped it on its way. Takes Thunder onto 81-2. And the afternoon has gone as well as it could possibly go, really, for Thunder today. It's unravelled pretty quickly at the back end of the group campaign for Northern Diamonds. Qualification was in their own hands, but they've wobbled at the wrong moment. Shovelled out through the onside. That beats mid-wicket. It's going to be another 4. Hits the rope. Fee Morris playing an innings here which is set to get her side over the line. She's 36 not out.
It's just risk-free cricket from Morris. She knows that, you know, they haven't got a huge total to chase. Everything's just kind of nice and easy, and everything's just going their way. And just a 12 needed now. Could be 3 balls at this rate.
It could be, yeah. It could be. Fee Morris 36 not out. There's Langston in and balls again. Flat batted away through the offside. Oh, there's a misfield there. So they will get through for 1. 37 to Fee Morris. I think she's enjoying her afternoon. Brings Dottin back on strike. That's pushed away into the offside, no run. End of the 12th. Fee Morris 37 not out, Deandra Dottin on 8. So just 11 more runs to win the match. If you just joined the coverage, Northern Diamonds bowled out for 96. 3 wickets for Olivia Bell, 2 for Fee Morris, 2 for Tara Norris, 2 for Mahika Gore. And just a couple of batters reaching double figures. Winfield Hill and Callis, Tryon. Just didn't get going at all, the Diamonds. All out for 96. Morris total for the Thunder to chase, and they're making light work of it. There's another run. Worked away along the ground for a single. And Page, they're getting some momentum, aren't they? They're in form, they're playing well, they look confident. Perfect timing.
It is, yeah, and obviously it's a huge game for them, and you know, it's the furthest they've ever kind of gotten in this competition or any competition within the regional kind of structure. So it would be absolutely huge for not only this team, but you know, Thunder supporters and just kind of the club as a kind of whole, because you know, it's showing that the investment that's been made is paying off.
88 for 2. Morris coming down towards Tryon, trying to work the ball away to mid-wicket, no run. We'll get you some reaction as soon as the game is finished, both on Lancs TV and the BBC Sport website and app. You'll be able to hear the reaction of this, what looks set to be a pretty emphatic win for Thunder. This is and Morris trying to drive the ball away, stopped inside the circle at mid-wicket, no run. So dot ball, not been too many of those. A little into out that shot, that's pushed away by Morris, but straight to cover.
You can see trying to get through this over quite quickly. You know, they'll know that they're trying to get to this total within 16, so if they can race through some overs, you know, might not take the, you know, get a win for them, but will help their chances.
Yeah, that's the end of the 13, just worked through mid-on for a single, so 89 for 2. So effectively here, 3 overs left for Thunder to get to get 8 more runs for that elusive, vital bonus point. But pretty chilled out, Fee Morris and Deandra Dottin, but she brings so much international experience to this Thunder team. Kind of calm approach, full of authority from Deandra Dottin. Bring Katie Levick back into the attack. Morris on 39. So Levick for the Diamonds. Into Morris. Morris takes a single through mid-on. Moves on to 40. Not out. 90 for 2 now. Dottin waits, Levick in, balls. Oh, the stumping chance, she's gone. She has been stumped. Deandra Dottin's gone. Looking to muscle the ball away through mid-wicket. Sharp work by the keeper. Let's take a look back on the replay here. As Dottin stands, waits, down the pitch she comes. Big sweet shot comes in. It's a close one. Did she get a bat grounded in time? Well, the square leg umpire reckons that that wasn't the case. Been given out, stumped. Dottin goes. Lancashire Thunder lose a third wicket, 90-3. Don't be wanting a little wobble here from the Thunder at the back end of this innings.
No, not when you're so close to that target now. There's only 7 required. You don't want to be having a little fumble. You just want to get across the line and get celebrating.
Worth just mentioning again that in case of winning inside 20 overs, obviously that is going to happen, but the added aspect to it is the need to win inside 16 overs for Thunder. So they find themselves 8 more runs. Swept away, Threlkeld the skipper. Oh, that helps, that's a wide.
I'm sure they'll take the runs however they come.
Sure they will, yep. It's a 91 for 3. Levick balls forward because Threlkeld defends off the front foot, no run. Threlkeld waiting. Levick in. Can't find a run here. It's worked off the front foot, but mid-wicket comes across. Stops the ball to a left-hand side, no run. Levick again balls, Threlkeld drives. Ooh, well, it maybe flirted with the idea of a single, but not taking the risk as Winfield Hill set right back on the discs at mid-on fields. Would have put a lot of pressure on the fielder to try and run through there for a single. That's swept by Threlkeld. Will that reach the boundary? No, it's stopped. She'll come back for 2. They might think of a third. Yeah, they're going to run 3. No, they decide against 3. So just the 2. It's a good start by Lizzie Scott, saving runs on that boundary. So that's 14 overs gone. 93 for 3. You never know, these could be crucial runs. It's a good stop, diving away, flicking the ball back. So effectively 2 overs left here for Thunder to get to 97 to win this match. So 4 to win, 2 overs really to get them, to get that additional bonus point. Reverse sweep attempted by Morris. Didn't get the ball away, made no contact, so a dot ball to start the over. I fancy Fee Morris will try and get this done here. Yeah, she comes down the pitch. It's driven just for 1 run. Morris moves on to 41. 94 for 3. Brings Ellie Threlkeld on strike, the skipper of the Thunder. Try and bowling around the wicket to Threlkeld. Worked around the corner, out towards backward square leg. Through for a single. Almost there. Almost there. 95 for 3. Morris back on strike on 41. Not out. Just conversation between the bowler and the umpire. See what the clarification is here, but something needed to be confirmed. It might just be a case of kind of speed in which Thunder need to try and win the game, just perhaps clarifying that, but they're bringing the field in. They need to, because well, you need 2 more to win. So everybody inside the circle now, apart from deep mid-wicket. Hit firmly down the ground by Fee Morris. Into the hands of Triumph. But everybody inside the circle there trying to stop 1s and 2s and make singles difficult for Thunder to get. Balls again, down comes Morris. And that's driven to mid-off and through for 1. That's the scores level, so just 1 more run now for Thunder to win the match. We'll bring you some reaction from out in the middle. Just as soon as this is all wrapped up, that's run away behind square by Threlkeld, down towards the backward point boundary and through for a single. And lovely actually that the Thunder skipper, Ellie Threlkeld, is there to hit the winning runs. Thunder win the game. They do it inside 16 overs to get themselves that precious extra point as well. Job done for Thunder. It's been a really impressive way to end their group campaign with momentum, with confidence. They're playing well, and they look like a team that could yet go on to trouble the likes of the Blaze in the Charlotte Edwards Cup this year. Job done for Thunder. Outstanding performance with the ball and in the field, and then they've chased that total down inside the time frame that they needed to do so, and they're ending this competition, the back end of this competition, in form, and they look a really good team, Paige.
Yeah, they're a completely different side to what we saw in the first kind of couple of games and when they first played Blaze in that second game of the competition. So what a fantastic win. Okay, let's head out to the middle. Let's get some reaction, shall we? Here's Fraser.
Action and a terrific win for the Lancashire Thunder. Fee and Ellie are with me now. Fee, congratulations. Bovril on your crumpets clearly works very well, doesn't it?
I was going to say that's because of the crumpets and bath. You gotta try it.
The tone was set very early on, wasn't it, by the bowling unit? What did you make of the performance from them today?
Yeah, Tara and Mahiko unbelievable up top. I think to both of them bowl 3 in the power play that's pretty unheard of in T20. It shows how well we set the tone, and yeah, it was just brilliant day.
And then you did the same with the bat as well. 14 off the first over. That was really setting your stall out early doors, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We just said to Dats and Lib, just go out there and play your normal game. And they're both really attacking players, and that's what they did, and it paid off today.
Ellie, how much of a game was it for cool heads out there this afternoon? Because everybody seemed to be on the right page, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it was a must-win game for us. And yeah, I'm really proud of the group, how we've turned our competition around. And I think that's testament to the group of people and the environment we've created here. And yeah, hopefully we can go all the way at finals day now.
What does it say about the mentality and the mindset of everybody in the team, the way you went about things today?
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I think we spoke about keeping things really simple and focusing on us, and I think the girls did that brilliantly today.
Does it say a lot about this team developing and peaking at the right time as we go through this competition as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think momentum's pretty key in this competition as well, and we built some up nicely prior to this game, and yeah, we took it into this game, and hopefully we can take that into finals day now.
What does it mean for you to be going there to finals day now?
Yeah, it means a lot, obviously. I think, I'm really proud of all the girls, and yeah, now it's about doing the job at the next stage.
Fee, how do you feel about going to finals day?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. It's my first one in regional cricket, and I think we deserve it the way we've played the last few games, so I'm just really excited for Saturday.
And what will a result like this do for confidence for everybody in the side?
Yeah, massively. I think T20 is all about momentum, and we're definitely coming in with a bit of momentum, which sets us in a really good stead for Saturday. And
will you be insisting that Ian Ty team now have Bovril on the crumpets for breakfast every day now?
Absolutely. I think most people do anyway, so absolutely, yeah.
Congratulations, guys. Very, very well played. Very well played indeed. Thanks so very much indeed for joining me. So there you have it, a victory for the Lancashire Thunder, and they are going to finals day. It's been absolutely superb in terms of the performance here this afternoon, both in terms with the ball and with the bat. A victory over the Northern Diamonds, 1 out of 2, and the Lightning are coming up later on.
Bye.